Good morning and happy Friday to you, our final day of our spring into summer group. Today we're talking about my favourite subject. Now, what's that going to be? Now, some of my friends will be thinking she's going to talk about cake. No, I do like cake. I am known for my penchants for cake. However, no, today I am talking about activity. I don't always use the exercise word because activity is a better word. So where shall I start? I told you on day one about my own personal goal when I was 39 and I wanted to get fitter. And one of the main things I did was to learn to love to move, okay? Now, when I was 5 sizes bigger, I didn't like to move. Moving was hard work, okay? So what you have to do is you have to decide where you're at and start from where you're at. Do you know what? I'm really, really hot and I can't understand it because yesterday I was freezing cold all day. Today I thought, put a big jumper on and now I'm hot. So I apologise if I look a bit hot. So when I was 5 sizes bigger, I wanted to start being more active, okay? But I had to do what was appropriate for me at the time, all right? So what I actually started with was aqua aerobics, and I took a very deep breath and I went to my local swimming bath and I thought to myself, oh, I've got to put on a swimming costume, but only had to get from the changing rooms into the pool that I was up to my neck in water and no one could see me. So I kind of started my fitness journey, my getting fit, doing aqua aerobics. And the wonderful teacher used to say, put a bra on under your swimming costume so that, you know, your cleavage doesn't bounce, because you need to be able to keep your breasts firmly still when you're exercising. And it was fantastic. Aqua aerobics was full of people, all shapes and sizes, and that was a very reassuring place for me to start exercising at 39. I then slowly got fitter and did other things, but it's about us starting where we are right now, all right? You won't be surprised to know that obviously since 39, I've learned to absolutely love moving, and it's not just because of the health benefits. There are many, many, many benefits of moving, but it's physical benefits, but it's also mood benefit. Doing any sort of activity, your body creates endorphins, and known as the feel-good hormone, and you just feel fantastic after it, whether or not you've done some dancing or some cycling or some swimming or some walking or whatever, okay? Our bodies were designed to move, okay? As a physical body, we're designed to move. We've got joints that need to move, we've got muscles that move the joints, and leading a very inactive, sedentary life was not what our bodies were designed for. Motion is undoubtedly lotion for joints, because obviously as the joints move, synovial fluid oils the joints and we can move, okay? So if we're in maybe a job or our circumstances mean that we have to sit down a lot, then we need to kind of counteract that. We need to get up hourly and we need to get some exercise, some activity into our lives every single day, whatever you choose to do, all right? But we will get stiff and achy over time if we have prolonged episodes of sitting, all right? Now, there are actually 5 different types of fitness. When people think about exercise and fitness, they think about cardio, don't they? They think about getting hot and sweaty in the gym or on a treadmill or something. But there are 5 types of fitness that our body will benefit from. So there's cardio fitness, okay, aerobic fitness. There's muscular strength, muscular endurance, cognitive fitness, which is about balance, rhythm. It's cognitive fitness in your brain to allow you to have good balance and rhythm. And then the last one is flexibility. And as I've said, exercise has huge physical benefits. It reduces our risk of heart attacks and strokes. It improves our mood. It helps our bones and our muscles. So bone strength is improved by strength training, and it helps us ward off things like osteoporosis, all right? And obviously a strengthened heart improves our circulation. All those things are going to be very helpful for our heart health moving forwards. So in your book, You can write down, what do you do at the moment? What do you do regularly? Okay. And I've just come back from my first dog walk of the day, and I was thinking to myself, what's really good is to actually apply the different types of fitness to your lifestyle. Now, so strength training, why do you want to do strength training? So obviously we know it strengthens your muscles, but strength training so we can carry our suitcases at the airport when we're going on a holiday. We can carry our shopping. We've got strength in the garden. You know, we're talking about activity so that we can be functionally fit. We can lead the lives we want, and we're not hampered by our weakness. So we can carry things. We can pick up children and grandchildren. We can ward off osteoporosis. We can get up from the floor. So there are times obviously maybe you go down to the floor, but then you've got to get back up again. And certainly for older people, they need leg strengthening exercises. So if they have a fall and they're not hurt, they can get back up off the floor. And it's about, as we age, we remain more independent. If we can do things ourselves, we can get up from the chair without help. We can get up off the toilet. There's lots of reasons for why we need to maintain our strength and build it. So with flexibility, things like Pilates or yoga allows you to reach the top shelf of your cupboards. And also classes that improve your flexibility will stop you feeling stiff and achy. So there's another benefit. So cardio fitness, how can that help us in our daily life? So it means that we can take the stairs rather than the lift. So rather than doing it because Emma says you need to be more active, do it because you want to be fit and you think, I don't want to take the lift. I want to be able to trot up the stairs feeling great and being able to have a conversation at the top. It allows you to have active holidays. So so my dad's family were all lived in Bridge North. I know some of you know Bridge North, and they've got this fantastic little, is it a funicular railway? It's a lift that goes up and down. Okay, so from Low Town up to High Town, and it's not a cable car because it's on train tracks. Go away, Casper. I'm sure it's called a funicular railway. It just literally goes up the cliffs and down. Okay, and I absolutely take delight in trotting up all the stairs because I can. Okay, my kids are like, ugh, why is she making us walk up the stairs? We could go on the railway. But it's because you have the physical fitness to do these things. Another time I might choose to take the lift, but because I'm fitter now than I was before, I can have active holidays if that's what I choose. All right. It allows you to play with your children and grandchildren and be able to have active games with them rather than sitting and watching. So there's lots of day-to-day reasons why we want to be as physically fit as we can. I want you to think, where are you at the moment with your activity? I know that there's lots of Way to Fitness members on this group, which is fantastic. And you know that I do community classes in Sandford and Exeter, but online classes too. We've got two types of membership. We've got Young at Heart membership, which is, we do walk club. We do Young at Heart, which is a seated and standing session. And there is a gentle Pilates. So in that membership, those are the three things that are included. We then have a Champions membership, which has our Lift Lean, which is our strength training, where we can use hand weights, kettlebell, resistance band, and we do 6 sessions of those a month. Okay. You also have access to Walk Club, Young at Heart. You have a harder Pilates class, all right. For the Champions membership, you have 5 exercise links a week. So I record them here each week, and we email our members all the links on a Friday at 6 o'clock, so that you know exactly where they are. They are also in a closed Facebook group, so you could find them, all right? And some of the classes I do live at 7:30 in the morning, and you could do it with me, all right? So that's how Way to Fitness works online, or obviously community classes if you're local. But whatever you choose to do, invest in your health by moving more. Okay, I mentioned on day one about steps. Lots of you are counting your steps, which is brilliant. I mean, some of you have phones that they just happen to accidentally, that's what mine is, it accidentally records my steps. And I notice, I think to myself, I haven't been very active today. for some reason, I think I must go out for an evening walk, get my steps up a bit. But just remember the intensity will make a massive difference. It's not just a numbers game. You can walk for miles on the flat. Okay, so that has some health benefits, but actually your cardio needs a bit of an incline. So just because you've say done 5,000 steps, which is fantastic, there's going to be a different amount of energy involved than if you're walking along Sidmouth seafront, or if you're going up a hill 5,000 steps. So what you want to be doing is seeing where you're starting from and then increasing the effort involved. But make sure you don't just do one type of activity. Those 5 different types of fitness will mean one thing doesn't do all those things, all right? So walking will improve your cardio fitness, which is fantastic. It'll help your muscles to your muscular strength. However, it won't do much for other types of fitness. Cognitive fitness is not going to particularly do anything for that, it won't particularly improve your flexibility, I wouldn't say. So you want to do a selection of different things. Don't just be a one-trick pony. Swimming is great. That will improve your strength, cardio, flexibility as well. So swimming is a good all-rounder. Cycling is a good all-rounder. But you need to be doing stuff you enjoy, because the thing about habits, which we've been talking about all along, is that you'll only stick to things. You'll only make changes that stick if you enjoy them, all right? So think about that. Choose stuff you love, because your life needs to be full of joyful things, all right? And that way you'll have more fun in it. Let me know if you want any more details about online weight fitness classes. Anyone can have a 3 weeks access, and you can decide which level is most appropriate for you. If you have issues with osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and osteopenia, then I do talk to you first, because there are certain moves that you need to be aware of, that you need to modify, all right, to make sure that your spine stays healthy and strong. There are just certain changes that you might need to make, all right. So obviously everyone who's a member fills out a health screening form, and I just chat to them to make sure that there's a few modifications, which is why the gentle Pilates in the Young at Heart, they don't do certain things that we do in the other class. Okay, so it's about exercise has to be safe and effective. Those are the things I learned very, very early on in my training. All right. So I also said I would mention about coaching. As you know, I've said right from the start that coaching helps you get from where you are to where you want to be. It's future focused. It's not reflecting back. It's not counselling. It's not therapy. It's future focused, helping you get from where you are to where you want to be. And that can be about anything. It can be about, I want to be confident enough in able to. So, you can be coached around confidence. You can be coached around health and fitness. You can be coached about wanting to get from here to I want to run a marathon. Coaching is about you using your amazing, it's about us working together. And I ask you questions to get you thinking. And in the end, you make a plan. And then obviously we review and we talk, and you can make fantastic progress. I have my own coach. Wendy Fell is my coach. And coaches need coaches. And it's I've personally really, really benefited myself from coaching personally. So I'm going to be offering some group coaching, which I did some last year. And it was so, so successful. People absolutely loved the accountability of being in a small group. So we would do that on Zoom, probably a maximum of about 4 people. And we would do it for about an hour at a time, weekly or fortnightly, whatever the group chose. So there's going to be some group coaching that you can get details for. And I also do a small number of one-to-one coaching slots as well. So let me know if you'd like more details about that. In our 5 o'clock roundup tonight, I would love your feedback as to how you found this 5 days, and maybe what's your biggest take. That would be fantastic if you could put that in the 5 o'clock post. And in this thread, I would love you to tell me, what do you do at the moment, or what would you love to do in the future, and how do you see yourself increasing your activity, if indeed it needs increasing. So thanks for joining me. I'll catch you all later. Bye.